During history, people were gradually forgetting how they created their lives. So, almost all of us have been raised believing self-limiting beliefs. This allows us to make big mistakes and therefore experience quite a big contrast what's the only way how we learn. So don't feel bad doing them, but see them as a way to improve so your kids wouldn't have to experience the same shit all over again. Probably the most common mistake is to repeatedly focus on the fact that what you want is not here yet, not realizing that the thoughts, images, feelings and synchronicities that you get are the first manifestations telling you that you are on the right track. Doing this is actually similar to wanting to see a new building already finished without going through the building process and feeling bad that it's not done yet. So wanting to have everything instantly and feeling bad when it's not happening is kind of stupid. Because if you focused more on not having it than on the feeling of having it, then wanting to instantly manifest what you want is like wanting to instantly stop a train that goes really fast. So the more attention you've put on believing that something isn't possible for you, the stronger momentum the train has. To turn it in the opposite direction, you have to gradually slow it down and then build up momentum around believing that it's possible for you. Next mistake is to focus on how and when the end manifestation should happen. This way, you are blocking it from coming to you by the best way possible. This happens mostly because you've not achieved the feeling of naturalness and therefore you still think that you must do something. Another bad habit is when you miss an opportunity, someone or something, and instead of knowing that there will always be new opportunities, partners and things, you start to feel bad, by which you block everything. Next great example is when people fear that what they are doing isn't working when things are getting worse. For example, you lose your job, your partner leaves you, you don't have enough money, or your condition gets worse. All of these are actually good signs because when you are changing your personality by feeling as the person who you wanted to be, then the whole world must change according to your new feeling. That means that everything in your life what's a reflection of your old personality must first leave you because it's no longer a match to your new personality. So instead of fearing the change, embrace it and trust that it's actually a sign that things are going the right way. It's as if you were cleaning the junk of what you've gained through your life. When you start to clean it, it starts to smell worse, but when you don't stop cleaning, then you will create free space for new things to come. Another common bullshit is caring more about what people think or say than your own happiness. This is why you must learn to absolutely ignore the opinions of others. It is your life, not theirs. You can let others, including family, dictate how you should live, otherwise you'll never be truly happy. By doing this, you'll probably lose all fake friends and people around you who actually don't care about you, because they're selfish bastards pointing their fingers at you, that you are selfish when you listen to your heart and not them. So do this and you'll make space for new people whom you actually want to have around you. One of the funniest misconception is that we think that self-limiting beliefs are natural as though we were born with them, when they are only observed from those who did not have control over what they felt. This way, we were taught to blame others for how we feel because it's easier than to take responsibility for our own feelings. So you can't blame others for your inability to control your tuning ability if you want to master your creation and not perceive yourself as a victim. And my favorite is when you don't respect the golden rule, which is to never do to others or wish something for them what you would not want for yourself. And then you are surprised why you experience things that you don't want. Friends, if you like the video, give it a bit of love by your like, subscribe and stay in equilibrium.